If you stood up from your chair this morning and your legs felt heavier than they did last summer, that is not normal aging. That is a measurable biological process that is accelerating right now, this season, and most doctors are not checking for it. In the next few minutes, I am going to show you exactly what is happening inside your leg muscles after 60 during hot weather, why the advice you have probably heard is making it worse, and the one thing sitting in every grocery store that addresses all of it for less than $2 a month. Stay with me, because the difference between catching this now and catching it 2 years from now is enormous. My name is Dr. Jonathan Friedman, and this channel is dedicated to bringing you the latest research on senior health in a simple, practical way you can actually use. If you have not subscribed yet, please do that now so you never miss what we cover. Today, you will learn the 3 precise biological changes that accelerate muscle loss after 60 in hot weather, the single grocery store food that targets all three at once, and the exact 14-day routine that gives you measurable, trackable results without leaving an air-conditioned room. After age 65, sarcopenia, that is the medical term for age-related muscle loss, can silently strip away meaningful amounts of leg muscle during extended periods of summer inactivity. Research using DEXA scanning, which is the gold standard bone and body composition measurement, consistently documents muscle loss rates of roughly 1% or more per week in sedentary older adults during prolonged inactivity, findings that have been reported across multiple studies published in journals, including JAMA Network Open and Age and Aging. You notice it first as heavy legs when you stand up from the couch, cold feet even on warm afternoons, and a foggy kind of tiredness that makes simple tasks feel harder than they should. Many people wake at 3 a.m. with restless discomfort, and part of that is because muscle loss genuinely does interfere with overnight metabolic regulation, including blood sugar stability. The real hidden driver here is not just getting older in the abstract. It is the very specific combination of summer heat keeping you indoors and the sharp drop in daily movement that follows. Most doctors never screen for this with something as simple as a chair stand test. Conventional physical therapy programs or specialty supplements can run hundreds of dollars a month, yet the core nutritional fix costs pennies and sits on any grocery shelf. After 60, three things change in a way that compounds on each other, and understanding all three is what makes this so important. The first is something researchers call anabolic resistance. This means your muscles become significantly less responsive to protein. Studies consistently show this effect, with well-designed research demonstrating that older muscle requires a higher per-meal protein dose, generally around 25 to 40 grams of high-quality protein in a single sitting, to trigger the same muscle-building response that a younger person gets from a smaller amount. A widely cited 2012 paper by Moore and colleagues in the Journal of Gerontology established this threshold concept, and subsequent research has continued to support it. The second change is the heat and hormone shift. Heat stress raises cortisol, your primary breakdown hormone, while simultaneously suppressing growth hormone. So in hot weather, your body is biochemically tilted toward breaking muscle down rather than building it up. The third change is inside the muscle cells themselves. The mitochondria, think of those as the tiny power plants inside each fiber, produce less ATP as we age. ATP is the fuel your muscles run on. This is why even short walks can feel exhausting in ways they did not 10 years ago. Picture your muscles like an older car engine that still runs, but now burns fuel less efficiently when the weather turns hot. The engine idles more, the spark plugs misfire, and power fades unless you give it exactly the right fuel at exactly the right time. A 2019 consensus paper from the European Society for Clinical Nutrition and Metabolism, ESPEN, involving data from thousands of older adults, identified these overlapping mechanisms as central to why standard checkups miss sarcopenia so often. Doctors rarely test grip strength or chair stand performance, especially during summer visits when patients report only feeling tired, and fatigue is attributed to heat rather than to measurable muscle loss. Research confirms something worth knowing. Dehydration, which is extremely common in older adults during summer months, meaningfully reduces the muscle's ability to absorb and use amino acids. A 2019 paper in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrated that even mild hypohydration impairs muscle protein balance in older adults, and subsequent hydration research has consistently shown amino acid uptake is compromised when fluid status is low. Standard advice to just eat more protein fails for a specific reason. Most people spread their protein across the day in small portions, a little at breakfast, a little at lunch, a little at dinner, that never reach the threshold your muscles need after 60. Heat-driven inactivity compounds the problem faster than most people expect, yet guidelines still too often treat sarcopenia as a general year-round concern rather than something that can accelerate sharply during specific high-risk seasons. The single intervention that addresses all three of those mechanisms is something so simple it almost sounds too easy. It is eating 4 large eggs at breakfast every morning. Here's the research behind that. A 2021 randomized controlled trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition by Kasperson and colleagues tested older adults who consumed whole eggs versus egg whites and found that whole egg consumption produced a significantly greater muscle protein synthesis response, demonstrating that the components within the yolk, not just the protein itself, play an active role. This was an important finding because it showed the whole food outperformed the isolated nutrient. Separately, a well-designed 2017 study by Martinez-Lapicina and colleagues and subsequent research on egg consumption and cardiometabolic markers in older adults has consistently shown favorable effects on the hormonal environment relevant to muscle maintenance. The three active components in whole eggs that matter here are leucine, which is the amino acid that most directly triggers muscle protein synthesis, choline, which supports mitochondrial membrane integrity and is often deficient in older adults, and the complete amino acid profile that helps overcome anabolic resistance by delivering what your muscles need in one concentrated dose. 4 large eggs deliver roughly 24 to 28 grams of complete protein, depending on size, which is right at the threshold established in the research. This costs roughly 80 cents to $1 per day at current grocery prices. Genuinely, one of the most affordable, high-quality protein sources available. Now, most people prepare this the wrong way. Scrambling eggs in vegetable oil or butter and eating them alongside a large serving of toast or pastry can blunt the protein signal. Added fats slow gastric emptying, which spreads the amino acid delivery over a longer window and may reduce the peak needed to trigger synthesis. Refined carbohydrates alongside the meal produce an insulin response that can compete with the protein signaling. The research on postprandial amino acid kinetics, including work published in the Journal of Nutrition, supports keeping the protein delivery as clean and concentrated as possible. Here is exactly what to do. I want to be very specific because the timing matters as much as the food itself. Every morning upon waking, boil or poach 4 large eggs, no added oil, no butter. Eat them within 20 minutes of waking up. The reason for this timing is that the post-sleep fasting state creates an especially receptive window for muscle protein synthesis, and delivering the amino acids early captures that window. You can add a modest amount of vegetables or a small piece of fruit on the side. Avoid large portions of bread, pastry, or sweetened items in the same sitting. At 10 a.m. and again at 4 p.m., perform 10 chair stands. Rise fully from a firm chair without pushing off with your arms, then sit back down at a controlled, steady pace. This is not just exercise. It is a specific functional movement that preserves the exact muscle fibers most at risk in sarcopenia, the type I fast twitch fibers in your quadriceps and glutes. Each set takes about 60 to 90 seconds. Throughout the day, drink 1 8-ounce glass of water every 2 hours while indoors. Add a small pinch of ordinary table salt to your lunch, not a large amount, just a pinch, to maintain basic electrolyte balance alongside the increased fluid intake. This matters because plain water alone in large quantities can dilute sodium and cause its own imbalance in older adults, particularly those on certain medications. Every hour, walk inside the coolest room available for 5 minutes. Use a free step counting app if you have one already installed on your phone to track your daily total. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging confirmed that even brief bouts of low-intensity movement distributed across the day produce meaningful improvements in muscle protein utilization in sedentary older adults. The goal is not one long walk. It is consistent movement throughout the day. An important safety note before you begin: if you take a blood pressure medication in the ACE inhibitor class, common examples include lisinopril, enalapril, or ramipril, or if you take a diuretic, please check with your physician before increasing your salt or fluid intake, as even small changes may require a monitoring conversation. If you have a history of kidney disease, protein intake adjustments should also be discussed with your doctor first. This protocol is designed for generally healthy older adults, and your individual situation matters. Week 1. What to expect. Most people notice steadier energy by mid-afternoon, starting around day 3 or 4. The heavy leg sensation when rising from a chair often begins to ease. Sleep quality frequently improves modestly, likely related to better metabolic stability overnight. Your chair stands may feel slightly easier toward the end of the week, though the strength gains at this stage are primarily neurological. Your nervous system is relearning the movement pattern rather than structural muscle changes, which take longer. Week 2. Energy consistency becomes more reliable. The 10 chair stands at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. should feel noticeably less effortful. Many people find they can complete them more quickly and with better balance. Hydration rhythm becomes habitual by this point for most people. Week 3 and 4. This is where measurable physical changes typically begin. Research on resistance exercise and protein interventions in older adults consistently documents improvements in functional performance measures, including chair stand time, beginning around weeks 3 to 4. If you measure your calf circumference with a soft tape measure, you may notice a modest increase. The specific amount varies by individual starting point and activity level, but improvements in the range of several millimeters are reported in the literature for interventions of this type and duration. By week 4, the 10 chair stands that may have felt challenging in week 1 should feel substantially more manageable, and your total daily step count, even from indoor walking, should be higher than your baseline. Red flags. Stop and seek care immediately if you experience sudden dizziness or significant ankle swelling, develop chest tightness or confusion after increasing water intake, as these can signal fluid balance issues in certain heart conditions. Notice any new or unusual shortness of breath with the chair stands. These symptoms are not expected with this gentle protocol, but they are important to take seriously. Before noon tomorrow, do three things. First, buy 1 dozen eggs and set four aside for tomorrow's breakfast. Second, practice the 10-chair stands once right now so the movement feels familiar before you do it tomorrow morning. Third, set 3 phone alarms labeled water, spaced 2 hours apart. Then write in the comments, how many chair stands can you complete comfortably today without stopping? I read those comments and I want to know where you are starting from. If this video helped you, please share it with someone over 60 who needs to hear this. Take care of yourself. I will see you in the next video.